everyone, so I'm going away this weekend. I'm actually staying in a hotel overnight, and I thought I would take the opportunity to show you the kind of makeup products that I take with me. So I've packed up this little makeup bag. This is just a clear one from Superdrug. It was about £2 or £3, and I find these so easy and convenient because you can literally see where everything is, so you don't have to go digging around in the bottom of your bag to try and find something. I try to kind of keep it quite simple and pack quite light when I'm going away, just to kind of save space, save time, and I generally tend to pick the products that I know really work for me, things that are kind of the fail-safes, and also things that kind of really multitask, so products that I can use for more than one thing. So I always like to take a really good coverage foundation with me, and for that I have the Mercier Silk Cream foundation in here, and I love this because I just know it works my skin, I know it gives me really great cover, lasts a really long time, and just looks really kind of polished and flawless. But the great thing about taking a really good coverage foundation with you is that you can kind of mix it in with a bit of moisturiser. So I'll just pop a little drop of this in with any moisturiser that I've brought with me and just mix it up together, and it kind of creates like a more lightweight foundation. So the more moisturiser you put in, obviously the more lightweight it's going to be, so it could be like a tinted moisturiser kind of thing, or something that's just a little bit more medium coverage, but it just sort of saves space because you'll be taking a moisturiser anyway, and you kind of get two different looks that way. So for concealer I've got the Bobbi Brown Creamy Concealer Kit, and it's just a really little compact handy thing to have. I find that this concealer works really well for me under my eyes and around my face, which is quite rare because usually I need to use two different ones, so that saves on space. And the little powder that you get here with it is not only great for setting the concealer under the eyes, but it also can be taken around the face too. So I'll just use a little brush and take it down the T-zone, along my nose, just areas that I do get a little bit of shine, but it's better than lugging around a big old powder with you that's probably going to break or spill or just like shatter in your bag. Another handy duo compact is the Sleek Face Contour Kit, and this comes with a bronzer and highlighter, and it's quite good because it's completely matte, so you can use it as a contour or you can just take it around the skin to warm the face up, and it's also got a really nice peachy coloured highlight too. You can see I've already used quite a lot of this, but I always make sure I take this with me if I'm going away, just because it's really handy to have and you get the two products in one. And I think powder highlighters again travel really well because they're not in little bottles, you haven't got the risk of them smashing or getting everywhere, so I always like to stick with the powder when I'm going away. So for the cheeks I've got my fail-safe Nars Orgasm blush, and I just know this suits me really well. It's got quite a nice rosy pinky tone to it with a bit of gold shot through, and it's just a really pretty colour that goes with most eye looks, most lip colours, and I just know it suits me, so I always bring that one along. So I only actually have one product for my eyebrows here, so instead of casting around my MAC Duo palette with my two eyeshadow shades in it and a brush and then a spoolie, I've got this pencil here from No. 7, and it's quite handy because it actually has a really good little mascara spoolie on it. It's not one of those just spiky useless ones, it's a proper rounded shape, and I find this colour is such a good match for me. So when I want something more easy, when I don't want to bring all those products along, I just pick this up, and it's the colour Brown for anyone that's interested, and it's just a really good pencil too. It really stays, and it's pigmented but not like too heavy on the brows, so I bring that one along. When it comes to eyes, I'm not really the sort of person that can just get away with wearing mascara. I do like to wear eyeshadow as well, so I think rather than bringing loads of little single ones or just one colour, I always like to take a palette with me. So I've got the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette here, and it's just got loads of kind of really pretty, easy to wear neutral colours that you can do a few different looks with. I've actually done a video of me wearing this, so I'll link that below if you want to go see how I actually put it on. But it's just a really simple, handy little palette to have, and it's so tiny it doesn't really take up much space. I always like to bring a nude coloured eye pencil just to pop along the waterline if I've had kind of a late night or if I've been travelling for ages, just to get rid of any redness, to really brighten the eyes up. And I think the Rimmel Scandalised ones are really great because they're waterproof, so they stay a really long time, and I think using a nude colour is a little bit better than a kind of harsh bright white because it just looks a bit more natural, a bit more subtle. If you watch my videos quite regularly, you should know that I always have to wear a smudge proof mascara on my bottom lashes, just because I get the worst panda eyes ever, and I usually go for the Clinique Lash Power, but when I'm travelling I take the little bottom lash with me. Now the wand on this is so tiny, it's just super cute really, but it's quite small, and I find it easier to use the regular Clinique Lash Power one, which actually has the same formula as the bottom lash, it's just got a different one. So I take this with me because it's just so tiny and so easy to carry. And then I've got my regular Max Factor Masterpiece Mascara, which It's just my absolute all-time favourite mascara, so I just keep that for my top lashes. So usually just eyeshadow and mascara will be enough for me, but if I do want something a little bit more defining around the eyes, or if I want something a bit more dramatic, I always pop in a felt tip liner. And this is the Bourjois Intuitive Liner. It's quite cool because it has 3 little nibs instead of just the one regular felt tip pen. And you can kind of dot this around the eyes, so it gives you more of a subtle look, which still defines them, but just looks a bit more gentle than a harsh line. But you can also use it as just a regular felt tip liner, so you can get that nice kind of cat flick with it too. So I'll always take a lip balm with me, and I've got the NYX Rev de Mille lip balm. This is actually the one in a stick, so it's a lot lighter, it's a lot easier to carry around than the glass tub, so I'll take that one. For lip products, I always like to bring 2 with me, so I'll take a more natural sort of everyday colour and then more of a bold bright lipstick. And the first one is the Soap & Glory Sexy Mother Pucker Gloss Sticks, and these are really lovely because they're so sheer and natural, and they just give that tiny bit of colour but without looking too much on the lips. And then I have the Maybelline Super Stay 14 Hour Lipstick. This is in Stay With Me Coral, and it's just the nicest kind of rosy pink colour. I've actually got this one on today, and it's quite bold, it's quite bright, but it's such a pretty shade. So those are all the actual products that I take with me, and then I have a few brushes as well. I try not to bring too many just because they do take up quite a lot of space, but there are some I just can't be without. So the first one is the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, and I just find this makes makeup go on so smoothly. Your foundation just gets buffed in absolutely perfectly to the skin, and it works really well with full coverage ones as well as lighter coverage foundations. I've got the contour brush here, which is actually from the Core collection. It's designed to kind of use for contouring the cheeks, but I just love it for concealer. I think it buffs it in just really nicely. So I use that under the eyes and around the face, but I'll also use it to set that with too. So the setting powder from the Bobbi Brown concealer kit goes on really nicely with this. I only actually take one brush for my eyeshadows, and it's the Sigma E25 blending brush. And I just find this is the best brush really for kind of blending out those shadows because they're quite similar colours. I don't find that I need to take more than one brush just to save space again, but this is the one I always go for. And the last brush is actually from Real Techniques again, and it's the blush brush, and I find it's such a versatile shape. You can use it for blusher or bronzer or even highlighter, anything around the face. It just works really well. So that's everything I take in my makeup bag, everything that I travel with, and I hope you enjoyed watching that. I hope that was helpful for you if you're going away and you need to pack something too. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon.